How are you today? It's nice to see you. I wanted to talk a little bit about self-responsibility today because it's one of those things that kind of gets lost in the shuffle, I think, especially between family, addicted loved one, who's responsible for what is your own responsibility, how are you rescuing, how are they or your addicted loved one shirking or not taken care of. It gets really convoluted. So self-responsibility is, simply put, taking care of what is yours and how you impact the world. So in a simple way to look at it, self-responsibility is whatever's in your hula hoop you're responsible for. So all of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, values, goals, behavior, the way you speak to people, the way you interpret things, checking things out, conversation, making sure that you're on the same page as other people. That's all your responsibility. And then it gets, it moves out from there. You're responsible for taking care of yourself. You're responsible for getting yourself to and from work. You're responsible for what you wear and how you dress and hygiene and self-care and all those other components, right? What happens in an addicted family is that the boundaries get all murky because the one with the substance use disorder doesn't have the capacity to take care of themselves, or doesn't have the capacity, or doesn't appear to care about any of that kind of stuff. So the family ends up doing it, and it breeds a lot of resentment and anger and people feeling overwhelmed and all sorts of negative feelings. The reality of it is your person with substance use disorder cannot take care of themselves. Cannot. Using and drinking, or whatever the addictive behavior is, comes in and takes over everything and uses up all of their capacity. All of it. They got nothing left. So doing things like taking care of finances and paying rent and showing up for work and maintaining a home and bathing and taking care of mental health, all those things go right out the window. Right out the window. And their world gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until all they're doing is drinking or using to live, and using and drinking. Drinking and using to live, or living to use and drink. That's it. Right? Or whatever the rest of the behaviors are that they're doing: gambling, smoking, sex, whatever. So anything that impacts your life in a negative way. So where do you draw the line? That's kind of up to you. It's kind of where you feel okay drawing the line. And knowing what you're responsible for and what you're not. You're responsible for what's in your hula hoop, not what's in theirs. And they're your family. They're your loved one. You don't want to see them crash and burn, or something bad happen, or them lose more than they've already lost. Right? You just don't. I get that. So, where do you draw the line? That's where you have to check in with yourself and see what feels okay and what doesn't. Right? Talk to other people. Talk to your support. Talk to your partner, your friends, your other kids, your other family members. Figure out what works for you and what doesn't. And really trust your gut. Really trust your gut. And know that if you start feeling like you're going downhill, you need to stop. And you need to go pull back. And you need to take care of yourself. And I know it's hard. It is really hard. And it's okay. We'll talk about guilt later. because picking up those guilt bags a whole bunch of unearned guilt that you don't need to pick up, but we do it anyway. So we'll talk about that another day. Try and keep in mind what you're responsible for and what you're not, and take care of your responsibilities first. You're doing great. I know this is hard. You're doing great. Just keep swimming. Thanks.